Tell me when the last time half was good enough to fit your needs. When your expenses doubled, but you only have half of your resources. Could you survive right now with literally half of your bank account? Half of the stuff in your house? I don't know. Why does the White House, Congress, and whoever was involved think that half of a stimulus check from what we got last time was good enough when the crisis has at least doubled since the last time we got it? Most people actually vote against their economic interests. It's true. It's designed to make the rich more important. And with importance brings power. And money brings importance. At the crux, both sides, people on both sides are idiots. Fools are out there caping for Biden, they're caping for Trump, when they're actually, in fact, two wings of the same bird, both fucking over the American people. Both groups have to fight the real enemy, which is the 1% that actually run this country. But here we are on Facebook, on social media, on phone calls, on text, fucking bickering back and forth like little children, like 9-year-olds who are arguing about who gets a bigger piece of cake at the birthday party. It's a fucking joke. Politicians should be pulled from their homes a long time ago. We're out here arguing about which 70-year-old man is going to save us while thinking our side is smarter or more competent than the other, when the whole time they're in the same room playing us from fools. Dog, we fight over everything. Man versus man, woman versus woman, man versus woman, black versus white, religion versus religions, families versus families. None of it fucking matters. There's only one real battle that matters, and that's the rich versus the poor. And I don't want to hear about how well you're doing or how good your job pays or how well you're faring in the pandemic. It doesn't matter. If you're not in the 1%, in the top 1%, you're a part of the poor. Honestly, we all need to just link up and we need to go kick some geriatric political ass. That's what we really need to do. But everybody's pussy in this country, so it can't happen. Nobody can really get on the same page. This system allows for you people to be billionaires and everybody else is just in poverty. Basically, you're either rich or you're poor, and that's it. If you're not at 1%, guess what, buddy? You're poor. Everybody likes to argue about the president when the Senate is out here living, the House. They all have lifetime terms. Nobody sees a problem with that, huh? Holy shit. For the government to have the best interest of the people, they all got to be on the same page. You don't have to agree on everything, but I mean, the division is unreal. That's what sunk Obama, and that's what's fucked us, right? And nobody ever realizes it until it's too late. Mitch and Lindsay got back in there, spent the whole time, and you guys were out here making it about some guy that you guys were emotionally bothered by in Donald Trump. You guys made it about Donald Trump so much that you just forgot all about Mitch McConnell. Fucking doof. Both sides fucked the United States, but everybody nodded your head and accepted it and picked sides in a fight that you actually never indeed factored in. Man, the USA, we're not united. This ain't about being right or wrong. At the end of the day, this is about decency. And they're out here giving us scraps, and you're out here talking about platinum plans and how I sound. Holy shit. Can you be more out of touch with your own countrymen? Can you? This whole political party bullshit is a farce. Senators get paid hundreds and thousands of dollars. They ain't hurting. You think Pelosi's out there living check to check? But you're out here crying about Trump's tweets and all this other bullshit. Republicans this, AOC that. You think they're living in bum-ass apartments right now? Is Bernie? Is Yang? And I like Andrew Yang, for the record. But at the end of the day, it's all the same shit, right? They spent 9 months trying to figure out and made hundreds of thousands of dollars to decide that, hey, yo, we only deserve $600 a piece. Both sides ain't shit. Andrew Yang, speaking of him, he got dragged by other Democrats when he and Ro Khanna begged Pelosi to take compromise relief bill stimulus bill offered way back in October. It was like 1.8 trillion, right? We all got $1,200 direct checks. Great. But now, for some reason, we have a bill half the size, $900 billion, $600 checks. To me, it doesn't make sense. You know, Pelosi's out there, everybody's championing her. How did she, you know, she's fighting this. All of a sudden she turns around after the election and was like, yeah, 900 bill, whatever. Now, some will argue that there was nothing to accept. Mitch made it clear he was never going to go for that. That's cool. I would say that would fall squarely on the GOP. But instead, Pelosi and the Democrats took blame for not looking like they were advancing the ball as far as it could go. Playing games, right? As a result of that, I think they lost the House seats in the election. I really think and that's the problem. Even if that wasn't their plan, that's what it looked like. The Democrats are horrible communicators to the people. And I think it was because she simply didn't want Trump to have a win before the election. So I don't think there was anything she was going to do that was going to give Trump a positive look. Do you think that's in the best interest of the American people? If I'm wrong, explain it to me. I don't. They could have passed this bullshit ass deal months ago. This ain't shit. However, they gave Sudan like $700 million, $1 billion to the Smithsonian to build museums for women and Latin people. $1.3 billion to Egypt. 100-something million to Burma, Cambodia, a bunch of millions and millions of dollars. Nations you couldn't even find on a fucking map. I ain't even heard of some of these countries. And that's the point. It's all a big game to everybody up there. And we're the pawns. It's chess. We're pawns. They'll never argue on your behalf, but they'll give a couple $100 million to Israel. And it's always something they're gonna, it's the green bill, money going to certain companies, bailouts for the top end executives in the country, corporate meals, a fucking wall. It's never about the people. And we get crumbs, right? $1,200 wasn't even shit. And now they're happy with $600? And a lot of and everybody's hype on that $600. And you know where it's going to go? It's going to go right to the PlayStation 5. It's going to go right to the new Jordans because we're fucking idiots. Not to anything really responsible, because we're conditioned in this country, because we are conditioned to be put down, right? To live at a certain level and value the materialistic lifestyle. They want us to fight and place blame and eat each other while they reap the benefits, because we're just going to simply funnel money right back into the economy, which is right back to them. They want us to do it, man. A buddy of mine, he lost his job like 4 or 5 months ago when the CARES Act stopped giving out extra money. So what's this $600 going to do for him? And it's funny, there's a bunch of people out here who don't make any money, but they just want to complain about shit, talking about, minimum wage is going up. Shut the fuck up. Big corporations and billionaires took in a majority of all the money from the CARES Act. And then on top of it, got handed billions of dollars in the form of tax cuts. And you're bitching about McDonald's workers getting a little couple extra dollars for a few months? Now, the one thing I'll give the Republicans is that they have enough economic sense to realize that businesses are actually vital to helping everybody out. And for some reason, Democrats want to shut it all down. Now, I do think that they're overdoing it for the businesses, but that's just part of the thing. But what sense is polluting everything if there's nowhere to spend the money? But guess who's thriving, right? Walmart. Our suffering is only worth $600. That's the point. That's what our lives are essentially worth. I have a local corner store gas station, the Pop Shop down here in North Carolina, shutting down. All the restrictions are crippling him. He wasn't doing that well, but this town is not that big. But this was just kind of too much of a blow for him. We had to shut down again. because they're out here playing games. Walmart's thriving though. All these corporate businesses. Walmart just got a new paint job, new renovations. How's that work? The Walmart in my town looked like a brand new fucking Walmart. Anyway, people need to start holding their own party accountable. Republicans need to hold Republicans accountable. Democrats need to hold their Democrat leaders accountable. Instead, everybody just blames the other side. And guess what? Who's taking the skate on that? The actual politicians. Democrats are arguing with Republicans on Facebook like it fucking matters. Oh, well, bro, I tried, but the Republicans. If somebody represents your side and isn't getting shit done, they should be fired, straight up. That's how it works in the real world. I know burger flippers at Burger King that are more accountable than the politicians there. Malcolm X said, if you continue to blindly put your vote behind a political party that continues to break their promise to you, you're a chump. Now, he was speaking about black Democrats, but it applies to everybody, right? My God, they included tax breaks for corporate meals. And we get $600. You can't make it up. People are going to look back on these days and be fucking mystified. So many people are hurting out here. And it's far more than just maddening that they literally are just giving people crumbs. It's more maddening that people are just accepting it. The ruling class. All hail the ruling class. Fucking airlines. $50 billion a piece. You think that, I guarantee you not even half of that covers operating costs. What's the rest going to? I'll tell you, the executives and the stockholders. People who don't need it. It's so blatant in the bullshit, bro. It's so blatant. People are fighting with me about Trump and Democrats and, I call them the Democrats and the GOPOS. Both of them are pieces of shit. Both of them are demons. They don't give a fuck. And Pelosi out there looking like the crypt keeper, saying that $600 is significant for families. I don't know. It just, she made millions on insider trading, by the way. You guys are caping for her super hard. She isn't as bad as Mitch McConnell, but, and her family benefited from PPP loans. Although the loans, her family benefited, but you didn't hear about that in the news. They're sending football players to jail, not Pelosi, not her family. They get to skate on that. Both of these political parties are awful, bro. They're awful. I don't know how people can not still argue about it. Fuck Nancy Pelosi, fuck Mitch McConnell. Anyone who defends them is part of the problem. I'll say it. I don't care. $600 is significant. If Mitch McConnell said that, you guys would be fucking going nuts, by the way. That's the fucking double standard that I hate. Hold her to the same standard you would hold Mitch McConnell. Her net worth is $125 million. Talking about $600 is significant. And people excuse that incompetence all the time. Isn't her job is to make the Republicans budge? Push back against bullshit? Get her constituents the things that they want? Is she doing that? Not to me. She just goes out there and runs her mouth. Any of us could do her job. We could all go to Congress, talk about all the shit we want and get done and get on CNN and hop on the camera and call people names and rip up papers, but don't actually get anything done and collect millions of dollars on top of it. Shit. Sign me up. This deal could have been passed 7-8 months ago. There's enough blame to go around. So whatever, man. All my finesses, keep finessing out there. Fuck this government. Pay the teachers, save the whales, feed the homeless. Make sure you vote, right? Because voting is always the answer. People looking down on me because I said I didn't want to vote this year. Fuck you. 2020 is showing us who's who, by the way. Listen, man, enough of this beefing. We should all stick together. We know who the ops is. It's not you on Facebook. It's not you on Twitter. It's the people that we're talking about. If you're confused, they showed us exactly who the ops was when they passed this bullshit-ass bill. Take care of each other. Stop being blinded by the bullshit. Stop reading headlines. It's time for people to go back to being people. Because we're in this together. They're not with us.